Alright, it's 9:45. We're about to head out. We're gonna do about 10 miles a day to the nearest shelter because it's gonna rain around noonish. It's hard to tell where it rain's gonna go in the mountains. It's not as easy to predict like Florida, but we do know it's gonna rain today and pretty much all day tomorrow. We just ate a ton of food.
Really great breakfast here. It's rated the best breakfast on trail. It's a bunch of like older ladies that just like make everything from scratch. Danishes and homemade jams. They had amazing French toast, cheesy hash browns, meats,
unlimited coffee.
Yeah. With syrups and creamers, everything you can imagine.
Everything homemade.
Sugar cubes.
Yeah, it was amazing. I ate like about 3 plates full.
I ate a good amount, but we have to hike, so
yeah, probably gonna regret it.
Taking Pepto right now because it's
preemptive Pepto. We got apparently some waterfalls coming up, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, bummer we're only doing 10 today. I wish we could do more.
I just don't think I can.
I don't know if we can, but also we don't want to be stuck in the rain, not in a shelter.
Yeah.
Just because it's not like, oh, it's just gonna rain one day and then we're good. It's gonna rain the next 3 days. I don't want to get soaked on night 1 for the next 5 days, be just in the middle of nowhere with wet gear. Just walking the trail, talking about diarrhea. No, we need more Pepto.
400 miles. Heck yeah. My heart still hurts.
Good morning. It is day 44. We spent the night last night here at Mountaineer Falls Shelter, which is cool because it's right near a really pretty waterfall. This is the shelter here. Double decker here, but then if you look up, there's this platform up here, this little like orange wooden piece. That is the 3rd deck. Huge bummer. The reason we stayed here last night, it was forecast to rain from 12 p.m. all through the night, basically. Turns out it didn't rain at all, and it still has not rained. It is forecast to rain the whole day today. And so we originally came here only doing like 9 or 10 miles. We have 75 miles to Damascus. We have 5 days of food, so meaning we have to do an average of 15 miles a day. So we were gonna do 15s all throughout. I think now, since we did like a shorter day, we set ourselves up to where we can shelter hop. We're not gonna be doing perfectly even miles, 15, 15, 15. We're gonna be doing like, we did a 10, we're going to be doing an 18, another 18. So it's a little less spread out. At least now we have the option of going to a shelter and sheltering from the rain if it gets bad. Bummer. We did a short day and it didn't even end up raining. I say that now, but it's probably going to start raining and I'm going to regret saying that. I can film now. It stopped raining for a little bit. That was probably the worst rain that we've gotten while hiking on the trail yet. And that was pretty intense. We're basically, you can't tell on camera, we're soaked through. My frog togs are done for. I have almost like a whole roll of duct tape on them right now, and they're still leaking. We did 10 miles in 4 hours. We were booking it. But we realized last night we did a big and we forgot to get fuel in town. Luckily, we have enough for like 1 or 2 more meals, but not enough to get us to Damascus. Luckily, there's a couple of hostels in the next, 20 or so miles where we can get some fuel from. With the rain that just came through, we're soaked to the bone. The two guys at the shelter we just stopped at for lunch, they were telling us, they're like, just put your dry clothes on. And we're like, no, you can't put your only dry clothes that you have on your wet body and then go hike in them. That's a stupid idea. Plus also, it's supposed to rain until 9 o'clock tonight. Hopefully we can get a couple of dry hours the next 1 or 2 hours here. We decided there's a hostel, a donation-based hostel ran by a guy named Bob. And so we gave him a call and he said that he had 2 bunks open for tonight. Recommends that you give him $5. $5 for a bed, a shower, and laundry. That's pretty good to me. We can pick up some fuel for ourselves so we don't run out. We can make sure our clothes dry out tonight, get back on trail tomorrow. We have 6.5 miles to the road where the hostel is at. Hopefully we can knock that out in 3 hours or less. Have an early day at 3 o'clock, doing 16.5 miles. Dilapidated old barn. Rotted cabin, I think is what they call it on the apps. Y'all, were on our way to Kincora Hostel for $5. We roped Rocket into checking it out with us.
On a day like this, you could rope me into anything.
So we'll see what it's all about.
In the middle of the night, I might if I remember I wake up, I'll go in like the lobby too. There it is. Treehouse. We're leaving Bob People. This is his lovely home. It is quite unique, let's just say. He's got 7 or 8 cats. He had 7 or 8 raccoons he feeds every day, and a bear. We thought he was joking about the bear. An absolutely amazing place. Every thru hiker should stay with Bob. He's had 25,000 hikers in the past 25 years, so about 1,000 hikers a year. It's $5 donation suggested. Free shuttle to town. Could be a little bit cleaner. It was pretty filthy. I will be very blunt about that. It was really gross in some places. Bob was an amazing person. He has had quite the life, and we're headed back on the trail. It is very cold out. However, it's a good chance of rain, so that's why we don't have that many layers on.
If you don't mind a dirty place to stay, which honestly is the same cleanliness as the shelter.
As a shelter.
Bob is a national treasure, an amazing human being, nicest guy. He maintains the trail.
170 miles basically is what he maintains.
The past 50 miles, 60 miles that we have hiked. And he was telling us about what he did to each shelter to make it accommodate hikers. He was saying how he moved a rock in a waterfall so that hikers can go underneath the waterfall and take a shower. All these little tiny things he's done to the trail that seem natural, like putting a certain material down so that way the trail doesn't get flooded and muddy.
Or this place is very up and coming and booming, as you can tell. We are in Pond Wilderness National Forest, and we're just walking across this river, this large creek. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is actually moving pretty fast. No rain as of yet.
We're hoping it doesn't rain because it's
cold.
gotta be maximum low 40s right now. It's real cold.
It's pretty cold. There's no washing machine. There's only a dryer, so we were able to dry our clothes. They called it a peat dryer, and
it's supposed to be it's your boots dryer.
Yeah.
You just put your boots upside down on it and it dries it somehow. And it worked.
It worked.
On there all night and my shoes are bone dry.
It looked like just 2 sticks of PVC pipe glued to plastic, so we thought it was a joke. Rock slide. You It's a moving Pokemon.
Stop snorting your boogies
I blew a boogie.
Stop blowing your boogies everywhere.
Tons and tons of rocks. But look at that. Just down from the waterfall. Or you go down here, we're trying to figure out where to go. We're thinking maybe we go up there or something. Nope, we go right there. Right next to the water. Yeah, go. No hands. I'm putting my phone down now.
Just came through there. No. And we gotta go back up there. Tired of counting the ones, but I had like 20 ones. So I gave him all ones.
A lot of ones.
Alright, Spencer, explain to us what happened.
Well, we got to
Boots off Hostel.
And then went inside in the heat. We were out of the rain. We were going to buy fuel, eat our lunch. Asked the guy, Grumpy, if he had any room. He said he had 2 beds. I was like, oh, Gabby, let's just eat our food and then make a decision if we want to stay or keep going. So I walked outside to get our food and I turned immediately around and I said, I want those 2 beds. I forgot that it was cold out and I got warm.
It's raining.
And it was raining, and so I walked out and felt that cold air. I was like, nope, we're staying. Tomorrow is going to be sunny. I don't know if it's supposed to be like warm.
It's supposed to be a beautiful week coming
Yeah, it's supposed to be sunny. So we'll do hopefully 16 tomorrow. Monday we'll do 26.2 miles into Damascus, and maybe we'll see Lucy and crew. I guess my parents.
Paul and Sharon are taking a vacation in North Carolina that's close enough to Damascus to potentially come and see us. We're gonna see if we can work out just going to see them and maybe taking a couple days off, zeroing and spending some time with them. This is the bunk room. It's the bunk room. Really cool. Each of these spots, it's a different color.
Mine's yellow.
You get your own little space. You get your own light. And then you also get a little wall plug up here. Right.
You're creeping on other people's spaces. Yeah.
These are the awesome outdoor showers. This is probably the best shower I have had on trails so far.
Basket.
There's Easter eggs everywhere. It's Easter Sunday. True. This is Boots Off, where we spent the evening. There's some ponies in the distance out there. You can see. I don't know what day it is, but we are leaving Boots Off Hostel. Unplanned stay due to the weather. Yesterday was miserable rain and it was in the 30s, so it was not fun to hike in. It actually works out for us because we ended up having cell service and internet, and we planned to meet up with Spencer's parents in Damascus in 40 miles. I actually really liked that hostel for it being a more popular party hostel, but not too many weirdos there.
Everyone understood it was bedtime at by 9 o'clock.
And that was actually our first time in a bunk house, like an actual bunk house. And honestly, I really liked it. I kind of wish my college dorm room was like that.
Yeah, I don't mind my own bedroom like that.
I think we're a little bit more motivated to hike because it's 30 degrees out, but it's super sunny, beautiful day.
It's warm all day and
Yes.
the next 5 days.
Yes, and we also have Spencer's parents to look forward to in Damascus.
And the dogs.
And the dog. We get to see this beautiful lake.
Coming up on the shelter we would have stayed at last night. Yeah, about 10 miles away from Boots Off. Apparently it's got a nice view, and depending where the wind was blowing, you got wet inside. It looks like a pretty standard shelter. Cement. Oh, nice. That's cool.
This is our lunch spot for the day, overlooking the lake down there in the town of Hampton, Tennessee. We made it to Iron Mountain Shelter. We made it before 5 o'clock. Pretty good timing today because we didn't leave till 9. Here's a shelter. I'm gonna start putting up our sleeping pads for the night. We got a spot in here so that way tomorrow we're gonna do a marathon into Damascus, a 26-mile day. Luckily we got a spot because now we don't have to tear down our tent in the morning, which will save us some time. I'm gonna get our sleeping pads set up, and Spencer is back there trying to hang our bear line for the night. Day 47. I think today we're gonna do something crazy and do 26 miles, a marathon, from the shelter we were at to Damascus, just so we can get there at a good time and have virtually the whole day tomorrow to Nero. And then we're gonna take 2 zeros with Spencer's parents. So that's gonna be awesome. They're gonna come pick us up tomorrow morning in Damascus. So we got up an hour earlier. We're gonna kill some miles, have a long day, camp right outside Damascus, do like 1 or 2 miles into town tomorrow. Today, I don't know if I mentioned, the reason we're doing the 26 is because we're walking on this ridge line all day, which a lot of folks call the Tennessee Highway because it is, I'm not gonna say flat, however, it's like rolling hills. Not a ton of elevation gain and loss today. Or if you start going uphill, it kind of starts going downhill again before you start losing your breath. Pretty straight, the path, and with very minimal rocks and roots. A lot of people say that they can like just cruise on this.
Copyrighted music.
It's 4.5 miles, and I think we just passed like 10 people slack packing from the hostel we stayed at 2 nights ago. Also found some Gatorade Trail Magic. We're walking through this beautiful meadow. I'll show you. I don't know what that noise is, but we're coming up on the famous AT barn. So incredibly beautiful. They got a little area with water for the cows, horses, and that view. I don't know if you can see very well on camera, but it looks like the Hidden Valley Ranch label over there.
Why is ranch? So we just got to the first shelter of the day. It's like 7 miles from where we were. We still got a lot of miles to go. But I was gonna go sign the graffiti wall that they have here and see who signed the book.
Bag with markers.
Yeah, there's a bag with markers and pens, and there's a bunch of socks in it. I was like, that's kind of gross. But they're brand new
socks. They're darn tough socks.
Darn tough. AT, mine's ATs. Are those AT as well?
No, these aren't AT, but these are still.
And there are sizes, brand new. They're definitely never been used before.
What does it say? It says slightly irregular, unable to lifetime guarantee.
I don't know. So
I guess they won't.
We're gonna assume
this one is something's wrong with these, so they can't sell them.
Because they do seem a little long. Well, we're gonna take them. So free socks.
It's 12 o'clock, and we've gone 11.3-ish miles. So we did a 10 before 12, which is cool. I think that's our first one. Quite a bit more to go for the day. There are 2 shelters up ahead. They're both like a mile apart. The first one is actually an emergency shelter, so they highly recommend that you don't stop there and that you just like push on 1 more mile to the next shelter. So we're probably gonna go to the second one, which is about 4 miles away, and we'll stop there for lunch, take a little break, and then by then we'll have about 15 miles under our belt for the day, have about 10-ish to go from there. Cool. We've done 3.5 miles since I last talked to you, but we made it to that first shelter that's only allowed to be used in emergencies. Not great. No wonder. Gotta go under here. And there's a little platform. I could probably fit 2 of me's laying down there. It's not very big. My guess is that they close the shelter within the next couple of years. 1.4 to the real shelter, and then we'll take some lunch.
I was so OCD yesterday. I set up my tent before y'all got there, and then I realized that so I unstaked and turned it around.
That's so funny.
But the
Possum's building the fire.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Laid in bed and just I've had some tea.
Get you.
So we're in Damascus, and there's a shelter, I guess, built just for information purposes, but you can't stay in it. I don't blame them. There's like houses right across the street, so they probably don't want homeless looking people staying here.
We just got picked up by my parents, which was kind of a bummer. Everything was closed. There was barely anywhere to eat. Regardless, we got picked up by my parents, and we're gonna go zero with them. We're gonna go to Asheville, get some good food, then we'll zero for a day or 2, and then get back on the trail probably sometime in the morning on Friday. We're pretty excited about that. We're both very tired and grateful for them to come pick us up, and we don't have to spend money in Damascus. It was very, very expensive to stay there. Okay!
Not bad.
Yes! I know!
Hey.
Oh, thank you! Thank you! I know! I know! I know! Okay. Okay.
Ain't no stinking gate.
It's good.
Oh, that scared the chickens. Dogs. Dogs. They want in the chicken coop. That's the problem.
Lots of interesting smells.
So many smells. Gonna run the call. Oh, no. Oh, she's running.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. We need a bigger yard. freedom. Get out for dinner.
Oh, look at Lucy.
There's a little dip. I hope Paul doesn't fall in the dip. At least you got it on camera. Oh.
What do you mean what I'm doing? I'm working. This is my job now. I don't really know what's going on out there. Nothing. Nothing at all except some wagging tail.
Well, I wanted to fill you guys in. Yesterday afternoon, we made it to Virginia. Feels so surreal to be in Virginia and to have made it to Damascus. We're over 20%, almost 25% of the way done. Just feels unreal to be that far along in the trail, honestly. Yesterday we made the border, and when we crossed the border, Possum was there. We hiked with him to camp, made a bonfire and everything. We left camp this morning, hiked to Damascus, the 1.7 miles. Our original plan was to go to the Damascus diner and have breakfast, but fortunately they were closed this morning for equipment issues, which is a huge bummer. But we ended up just hiking a little bit further to the Cowboy gas station, and we got some pretty good breakfast there, honestly. After that, we went to the outfitter, got some new gear. I got some new frog togs. We got some more permethrin to retreat our clothes for anti-bugs, anti-ticks, because it's starting to be tick season. We started looking for a new tent, some new bear bags, but we can't really find what we need in person, so we might just have to buy it online and have it sent to us. Lizard's parents picked us up in Damascus at the outfitter there, drove us to North Carolina, where they're staying at an Airbnb. And so we're gonna just take the next couple days, just spend some time with them, relax, take some zeros, and then we'll be back on the trail in a couple of days. We are at Paul and Sharon's Airbnb. It's a nice little cabin. We've got a little dog here. 2 dogs. Yeah, we've just been relaxing today. We went to the grocery store, so I'm gonna show you our resupply. We're gonna take one more day here tomorrow. We'll be hitting the trail on Friday. We actually had the pleasure of going to a real grocery store to resupply, so I'm gonna show you what we'll be eating for the next 4 days. We are doing, I believe it's 65 miles, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna do the 65 miles in 4 days. The first day out on Friday, we'll probably do a short 10-mile day, just because we'll be getting a late start because we have to drive back up there. But the next couple days, we'll probably average about 20 miles a day. I'll show you what we got. This is our resupply. I know it looks like a lot, but I'll show you how it all packs up. But we always like packing a little bit extra, like specifically like 1 extra dinner, just in case something goes awry. For this section, we have Knorr pasta. We usually get 2 of these for the 2 of us, but this is a double size. And we can split the summer sausage in half, do half with this, and then the other half we're gonna do with some macaroni and cheese. We got 2 boxes. Dinner number 3 is 4 ramen noodle packets with some Spam singles. Dinner number 4 is couscous Mediterranean curry with some chicken packets. Our last dinner is this boxed spaghetti. We're gonna add some pepperoni to it. For lunch, we've got tortillas. We got this Jif peanut butter, got some little tiny jellies, and then once those run out, we'll do these extra tuna packets that we have on the tortillas. We also like having some extra condiments around. Well, this olive oil and Nutella add a lot of calories. We also have a bunch of mayonnaise in here. Oh, we have some hot sauce, some sriracha, of course. For breakfast, we're mostly gonna be doing Pop-Tarts. We have a package each morning, and then that'll get us 3 breakfasts, but for the other 2, we each have 2 packets of oatmeal. I don't know where mine went, but these are Spencer's, and I have 2 for myself. And then we usually have some of these instant coffees as well in the morning. We also like to have the electrolyte packet every day, so we got a pack of 10. I have a bag of candy that I've been chewing on the past couple of weeks. The rest is just snacks. Smoked sausages, they're nice just to add to like pastas if we need some extra protein. We also like to have at least some sort of like granola bars or protein bars a day. So lastly, this is the last bag of chips I had. I had crab chips. If you're from Maryland, you know. Spencer has some Cinnamon Toast Crunch popcorn. These Parm crisps are like dried cheese, and they're super high in calorie, and they're really good just to, we might add them to the spaghetti. Of course, my favorite dill pickle chips, can't go wrong. And Spencer got some Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos. And last but not least, dessert. So we have some little Debbie fancy cakes. This is how we got everything in the last shot in these 2 small food bags. So first off, I started by breaking it down, taking everything out. With the dinners, like this is the mac and cheese, and this is the couscous and spaghetti. I put them in Ziploc bags. Spencer and I, we divide everything up as evenly as possible, weight-wise. We each like to carry our own snacks, and we carry our own bars, drink mixes for the day. When it comes to dinners and lunches, we split up things as evenly as we can. So I guess this was only for demonstrational purposes because I forgot Spencer's bag. The zipper broke, so we have to get him a new one. Everything, once you break all the boxes down, everything fits in the bag. And then we always carry a bag of chips on the mesh side of our bag. And then these are the 3 snacks that I would use on my first day out. This would be in my hip belt pocket. Spencer, his bag, Doritos and chips will go on the outside. Now we actually need to get new food bags anyway. This is only 4 days of food. It barely fits. We've done 5 and 6 day stretches before in the beginning. There's no possible way we could fit enough food for 5 or 6 days in here anymore with the amount of food we've started to eat. But yeah, I'm just gonna edit a video and chill with the dogs. I mean, come on. They're just chilling in the sun. You can't beat that. Drinking the Ginger's Revenge beer. This one's really delicious. It's the lime agave one. The one I had at Hot Springs was the vanilla and fig one. That one was really good, but this one is still a very close second.
Those hooligans.
That's where we went and had dinner that was so good. They're closed, you're right. They're up to no good. It's a cute little town and a apothecary there.
Yeah. Meatballs
We've never been
Pizzeria. Oh, it's a nice fire department.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Oh, and this is right there too.
700 feet.
It's weird to come back to Franklin while we're still technically on the trail, but we came back and we were able to sign this board with our names. But it's weird looking at everyone because everyone on here is behind us. Signed Bisquick and Sriracha, baby.
Spring break.